Hey guys! Okay, look-y, I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Wait, let me make sure the lighting is good. I don't know, I feel like the lighting is kind of weird. No, it looks good, right? Hey guys! It's Anila. Welcome back to the channel. I'm in a good mood today. I wasn't in a good mood yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I'm in a good mood today. I don't know if it's because I ain't got no work today or whatever, but we're in a good mood today. And as you can see by the title, this is a pretty big accomplishment for me because honestly, I thought I would have gave up like 4 months into starting this whole YouTube thing. But as you can see, y'all can't see, but on the screen we hit over 100 subscribers. I am very, very happy with myself. I think that's a pretty big accomplishment for someone like me because, like I said, I genuinely thought I wouldn't even continue doing this. So the fact that I was able to even have 100 people subscribe to me is just great. I have been really consistent for the past like week or two. Obviously starting to slow down a little bit because you know, I've been working, I've been very tired, and I'm trying to like figure out video ideas to do. So yeah, just want to talk to y'all for a little minute before we get into this video. Obviously hitting 100 subscribers, that's a lot for me because that means 100 people, like think of 100 people in a room, decide that they thought I was entertaining enough to subscribe to. Well, actually 104 now. I was supposed to do this video, but yeah. And that's just crazy. Because, like, you know, for someone like me who does not deal with people, but I have been getting better. I think, you know, slowly but surely making progress. But for someone like me, I'm not used to having a lot of eyes on me. I'm not used to having, like, a big... Sorry if the fan is too loud, but it's hot as fucking here. I just thought I would share this milestone because I'm like, that's like really good and I'm really happy, and I thank you guys for the support. I thank you guys for watching my videos and, you know, not getting tired of me already. So now with all that sweet shit out the way, for this 100 subscriber special, we're gonna read my favorite Wattpad story. Now, I think I've said this in my first Wattpad video that I did. I never used Wattpad. That was my first time ever using it. I have recently started using Wattpad, I think for about a couple days now. I have read like at least 10 stories already. I've already read at least 10 Wattpad stories in like, what, 3-4 days? Yeah, babe, I've been on my grind. Like, I have been reading Wattpad stories. And low-key, they're interesting as fuck. Like, I'm surprised I haven't been started this. Low-key reading is actually kind of therapeutic for me, just like drawing is. So I was thinking, like, dang, why don't I read more? But it's because I'm reading boring ass. Some nice, like, you could tell, like, their diction is up there. Like, they be using some good words sometimes. So I've gotten into Wattpad. I've been reading a couple stories because I'm trying to, like, familiarize myself. And I'm trying to find a good story. Right now, I've been really obsessed with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm on season 3 right now. Haven't finished it yet, but that's the season I'm on right now. So I've been reading a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen, oh my god, I can't speak. Jujutsu Kaisen stories on Wattpad. let me go on the app real quick. Let me just say, overly freaked out. Like, the JJK fandom is out of this world. Like, I was reading a story already. I don't want to read this one because this is kind of like my personal story, but it's a Gojo story. Yeah, this is like what it looked like. Sorry, the lighting is, if I move the lighting, can y'all see? Yeah. I finished a lot of others, but I had to like get rid of some because, you know. What story was I reading? Okay, I was reading Crossing Lines. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's a slow burn. I love a good slow burn. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with slow burns. There's one that I want to read because it's funny, but like it's not funny because of comedy. It's funny because it's freaky, but like it's funny to read. So it's called JJK Smut. Listen, I'm not about to tell y'all where it is. Whatever. Okay, like we got Megumi, we got Toji, Nanami, Gojo, Yuji. Like we got everybody's in this shit. Yeah. So I'll read that one. I read it because it's funny, not because like I'm overly freaked out or like I'm horny or anything. Like, no, I read it because I think they're funny. Like, I don't know, when it comes to comedy stories, I get my comedy from sexual stories because they be the most funny, because it's like, why would you say that, you know? Yeah, I'm trying to sit here and debate if I should put the words on the screen, or can y'all just listen to me read it? Just know I'm reading it, feel me? My phone's off 13%, and I'm not gonna lie, I do not feel like putting them on the screen. Because y'all know I've been having problems with connecting my videos to my laptop because for some reason it's not working. So just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. I'm gonna do something, but just bear with me, okay? I'll put the captions at the bottom if I can to make it easier for y'all to understand the story. But I'm not gonna put them on the screen, I don't think. I'm sorry. Hopefully y'all won't get too mad. But yes, 100K. Oh, I said 100K. Girl, slow down. 100 subscribers. Woo! Okay. Now, sorry if I read bad. I'm an L reader. I used to be a good reader because I used to like read like, what books I used to read as a kid? I don't know. But I used to read a lot more as a kid. And now I'm sitting up here reading Wattpad at my big ass age instead of reading actual books. But okay, let's start. Toji. Let's see. I don't remember this one, but I did know it was the Toji one. I don't know if it was Toji or Sukuna that was just like, whoa, like what the fuck. Anyways, let's start. You are a student of Jujutsu High, Tokyo, with your colleagues Gojo, Geto, Soko, Mei, and Utami, and others. You used to spend time with, oh my gosh, here are my reading skills now. You used to spend time with them all, but were only close to Utami at the moment. Since Miss May used to scare you and the others, you just didn't get, wait, what? And the others just didn't, oh, and the others didn't get, wow, another, you really, for the 100 special, is gonna read like this? I can read, I promise. I'm getting a little nervous, okay? I don't like to read on camera because then it makes me feel like I'm slow, but I'm not. I'm just fumbling on my words, okay? Once you were in the club partying with your friends, you were sitting on the lounge with everyone chatting while Gojo was helping out Shoko throw up due to her alcohol intake. You usually blanked out at their talks, but a name that ringed around caught your whiskers. Sorry, I don't know why that was funny. You peeked over just then. You heard them talk about him. Toji Frigigero. Is that how you say it? Whatever the fuck. A living legend. He had the most incredible heavenly restriction in the world. He was ripped from his senses so strong, outfooling everyone. Well, that you heard. You never saw him. Last time Gojo faced him, he barely made it out alive. Toji was now roaming free, putting the sorcerers in pure fear. I don't remember that. I remember Toji whooping Gojo ass. I don't wait, no, because Toji did beat that ass at first. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, my man got his ass whooped. Well, they're both my man. But yeah, Gojo did get that ass whooped. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty hard thing to see. I was like, damn. But that's when he was like young and like he wasn't called the strongest at the time. Like, he was getting there, so not too much of my man, alright? But Toji was putting belt's ass, I ain't gonna hold you. But then Gojo came back and was like, whoop! And he whooped, and then he whooped that ass. Anyways. You were always curious to know whether the rumors about him were true or not. But it also scared you as you gulped down your dry throat just thinking. Shoko and Gojo arrived back, suddenly skipping away your thoughts you spoke. Does anyone want a refill? Well, yes, it'd be nice for another round. However, don't give Shoko any, Miss May replied. You nodded and went away to the counter to get more drinks. While you were waiting in the lively bar full of people, you saw a huge black figure in the crowd staring at you. Like one of these? You focused your eyes on it, but it just disappeared. Just then, a rough voice trailed your left ear as a ticklish sensation of mere hot breath touched it, saying, "Looking for me, beautiful?" Oh, here we go with the dialogue. Okay, I'm gonna try to lock in for this. You flinched over to see a huge person almost twice your size, staring right down at your soul, giving the most evil grin on his face. He was tall, muscular man with mid-length, straight black hair that reaches his ears. His eyes were green, and he had thin black eyebrows and a scar on the corner of his right lip. He had green eyes? I don't remember that. He looked almost too beautiful, but at the same time, the scariest thing you'll ever see. You just quivered at the thought of him being near you as you realized who he was. Toji? You stuttered at his name when he cut you off. Toji, seems like you're aware of my existence. You just closed your mouth and still couldn't take your eyes off his hypnotizing emerald green eyes. He placed his large hand over your waist, pulling you closer as his face bent down right to your level. Their breaths are so heavy, as close as if they... Oh my god, their breaths... Wait, she did not write this correctly. Their breaths so heavy and close as if the air between them had stopped. Still unable to process the scene happening, you couldn't move as his cold hands sent sparks down your body. Then he looked over the lounge where everyone was sitting, busy, no one paying attention to you. He finally spoke. I bet your friends won't mind if I steal you away for a little while. You gulped. Don't worry, I won't bite. He chuckled with his cold and scary voice. He pulled you closer and dragged you to a room nearby, smashing some cash on the counter. Then he suddenly grabbed my face and rested his lips on mine, forcing a harsh and rough kiss on me. I slipped moans in his mouth as we both shared each other's saliva. Ew. As our tongue intertwined with each other. I don't like the saliva shit. I was half naked now, but not for a long time.
Talk to me, baby girl.
Part of me dies inside every time I hear that. Ugh. I know you're enjoying this as much as I am, he said in a low, seductive voice. No, I'm not reading this part! No, it was Toji's. Yes, Dad. No, oh shit. No, we would never say that. This is not us. This is not me.
That is not the baby, that is not me.
She said the D word, the D-A-D-D-Y word, y'all. I replied as words slipped out of my mouth. I suddenly realized what I said, and before I could speak, he began, hang on, what did you just call me? Yeah, what did you just call him, girl? Because no, that's not the vibe. Pulled my face down in pure embarrassment as he placed it on my chin and pulled it back up. I like that name. Call me
Daddy from now on. He chuckled.
Turned towards me and grabbed my hair, pulling my face towards his hard length. Alright, suck it. He ordered as expected of him, no mercy in a dominating hoe. Me? Wait, am I the hoe? Wait, what you mean by wait? As expected of him, no mercy in a dominating hoe. As in he's the hoe or us? Cause I ain't no hoe. I replied, yes.
I mean, Daddy. I'm over this shit already.
I'm skipping it. While my mouth was busy giving out so much, my cooch was getting wetter and wetter. Then he fastened his pace and finally released his hot, thick, creamy, you know what, in my mouth. My slutty angel, this is even the start, he assured me. He was pushing so hard and roughly, now with 3 of his fingers in as my cooch clenched around them. You're so effing tight. Ew. I hate that. I hate when, I don't know what men in real life say that, but that grosses me out when they say, like, you're tight. Like, ew. I'm sorry. I can't. I keep moaning until I reach my climax, and just then I all over his hand being so He pulled out slowly as I gasped. He licked some of my then shoved his fingers in my mouth, gagging me. Yes, good girl, just like that. Lick, yeah. Let's go. Moaned in his mouth as we both shared a steamy moment. He moved his other arm on my boobs and squeezed them hard, shaking and squeezing my nipples. Right. My cooch became tighter and tighter, clenching and gripping his hard C word around. I hate that word. Like, ugh. Yeah. Next person. We're getting up out of here. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go to Sukuna's story. Yeah, that first one, okay, so it was Toji that was doing all that. Like, that, I'm not gonna lie, when I was reading the Toji story, like, I had to skip a couple things, because obviously, you can't make this video super long, I gotta read all of these. It was way worse than what I just said. Just know there was a lot of stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh. I read it in my head, so I don't read it out loud, so that's why, like, I think I'm messing up on my words, because I read the stories in my head, because if I read this out loud, baby, But anyways, let's get on to the Sukuna story. A meal and your mouth watering at the sight of chewy stew and rice. The aroma of the food entered your nose, making you see heavens. You didn't want to admit it, but you actually liked the little vacation going on in some way. No yelling, no drills, no more of Gojo's annoying bragging. You rolled your eyes while thinking about him. This is about Sukuna. Why are you thinking about him? You respected him as your sensei, but he was truly an annoying person to exist. I love him, so that's alright. Just then, a sudden knock on the door came, and you flinched on your plate. You flinched on your place, looking at the door. Who'd be here at this hour? You clocked up and slowly walked towards the door, making no sound. You saw a shadow finally came out, a fiery red and pink blaze bright in the darkness. Sukuna. You clenched your teeth and gritted them, backing a bit with every step he took forward. What's the matter, brat? Do I still scare you, huh? He chuckled, his teeth adorned with a devilish smile. No, just trouble to see you. I would have been eating peacefully until you came to ruin the day, you said, trying to sound bold in your voice. I can still make it better, he said, raising his brow off to thinking. You found him intriguing. He had an enormous capability that no one possessed. His body was beyond muscular. He was twice your size almost. He had 2 pairs of arms, more than one mouth which appeared unpredictably, his 4 eyes and his 2... Yeah. You cut off yourself, stopping yourself from thinking further. That's just a rumor, right? No, he got 2 of those things. Gently smooching him as you closed your eyes and let the moment sink in. He shoved your coat off and broke off the hot, tempting kiss. You looked at him, finding his reaction, and when he suddenly grind and grabbed you, picking you off the ground and dragging you off of him. What is he doing to us? I'm kind of confused. All right, now go over that tree and bend your pretty butt over. Right. It seems so thrilling as you're in the middle of the forest with your sword enemy, the king of curses, in a dangerous game, solely over him, allowing you to strip you naked. He pulled his junk out. No, his 2 junks out. That's right, not 1, but 2, exactly what she was talking about. You felt excited and took a good look at his junk, which he pumped with his hands, getting pumped. Oh, right. right. Did I tell you to shift around? He said with a deep tone. Getting a little too bratty, aren't you? He said while grabbing your hair roughly and pulling them behind while leaning at his chest. You loved his rough and dangerous ways of speaking. Normally anyone would die in his arms if he said that, but you on the other hand was completely turned on by his dominating aura. Yeah, y'all like that stuff, don't y'all? Eyes in surprise, but sucked on his fingers like a real good girl. The amount of good girls in this story, I can't take it.
Yeah, that's my good girl.
You know, I was going to talk about the whole good girl thing, but I'm going to save that for another time. Then he shoved his wet fingers in... Wait, what? Then he shoved his wet fingers drenched in her drool up your... Butt? What? You moaned loudly in reply as his fingers... Oh, yeah, I don't remember reading this story. Hold on. And he rubbed it harshly with... No. Both of your... Oh, my gosh. Hold on. Both of your holes. Both of your holes. I can't. Were stuffed by him. And his other arms are kneading your soft breasts, squeezing them roughly, and one hand covered your mouth, gagging you with kisses. Okay. Oh, because he has 4 arms. I forgot. Because I'm like, wait. How is all this happening? You were completely occupied. Your nipples were getting sucked on. Would he do that? I don't know. Does Sukuna look like a... You know what? Whatever. Whatever, bro. Whatever. That's my good girl. Yeah, something all over my hand just like that. Fill in the words, bro. He chuckled in pure satisfaction. Your legs were now quivering as he pulled his fingers out of you and removed his palm from your mouth. Your pretty thighs were wet and sticky. Your mouth grasping for air, drenched in saliva. Yeah. Okay. He lined up his junk and pushed them in. You gasped loudly as you felt sharp pain from the sudden stretch in both of your holes. Oh my goodness. He grunted and started moving roughly, not giving you time to adjust. Your walls. When they refer to it as walls, it's throwing me off. I'm sorry. Like, every story they call it like, oh, my walls were just destroyed. Girl, what? I don't like the wall thing. I don't know. I don't like when they refer to as walls. I don't know what word to use, but I don't like the walls. Both his junks were dribbling inside of you, making no space to leave out. You couldn't say anything. Just watched him F you, knocking all your senses out.
What's the matter? Am I going too hard? Well, it doesn't really matter since you agreed to this.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna soon. And I'm doing it inside. But you're being so good. Ugh, I can't. Justin, you finished and felt him finish too. Your walls tightened and he ejaculated thick. Yeah, in both of your holes. Yeah. Okay. Hey, there's a lot more. Okay, that's it. We done with Sakuna, bro. And next, we're moving on to Nanami. Rest in peace to my man Nanami. Like, he went out so sad. Like, dang, that kind of hurt a little bit. Yeah. Okay. It's been 5 months since your marriage. The things you planned for the month anniversary, I guess, were still unfinished. Nanami had been busy for quite a few days due to workload, constant missions, and stuff stressed him out. Excuse me, the conversation between you two was short and sometimes undone by small kisses, but that was it, nothing more. I remember this story, but like, I don't, like, hold on. You were cooking in the kitchen at night, all alone by yourself, looking sober in the dim lights. The steamy food made you hot and puffed. You kept stirring the soup as thoughts lingered in your mind. It's been days since I've masturbated. Girl, what? Bro, I'm reading this like, girl, why did you really just think that? You sighed. Nanami isn't home these days, so you were left all to yourself. So she gotta get her ones, I guess. You gave him a short BJ sometimes when he was relaxed, but it's been a while since he, oh my gosh, since he stretched out your soft kitty lips. Just know that the kitty was not the word, it was the other word, the peep word. I don't like that word. Girl, your body was resting on his shoulder as your face was within his beautiful slicked butt. Girl, wait, how we get here? You jabbed it with your hand in protest and he just laughed it out while taking you to the bedroom? So where did he come from? I know I skipped a little, but like, it wasn't nothing. And caressed his spine, which turned him on. He let out soft, soothing moans in your mouth as you rolled your tongue around him. He cupped your hips and squeezed them gently in anticipation. The kiss broke off as he digged into your neck, planting wet smooches. You moaned. You rolled onto the bed as he undressed you. Nanami, you asked? Yes, my love, he replied. He would not call us that. Do it your way today. I'm ready, so rip me apart if you have to. Really? He said in a smugged in a low and seductive tone. Yes, please, you replied. You let out a moan. I'm trying to prepare myself. Hold on. Sorry, I was reading ahead and I see some bullshit. So just prepare yourself. You smell divine, my love. He smirked. The scent shivers down your spine. Ugh. Making me uncomfortable. He positioned himself and went in. You let out a loud gasp as his big... Why do people like to use the C word? I hate that word. As his big, yeah, stretched your insides completely. Your walls were pushed back as his thick filled you completely. He went rougher this time, going up and down, his pace fastened in each escaped breath, his gaze sharpened in your eyes, alluring you in his soothing touch. He placed his hands on yours and pushed them up, grabbing them by one. His other hand would trailing your breast, squeezing them and sucking on the other. Oh, he would too. Nah, he wouldn't.
You told me to break you apart, and that's what I'll do. I won't show you no mercy tonight, so beg for all you can.
He said in a deep, seductive voice. Your cooter cat clenched around him tighter and harder. You could feel him reaching his end. Damn, already? He thrusted harder and rougher, which left you questioning whether you'll be okay till tomorrow or not. Your nails dig deeper on his back and finally shoot inside you. His Yeah, his seed, yep, whatever. He pulled out suddenly as, yeah, dripped down on your belly. You both gasped for air and moaned, sharing breaths. Tired? He asked. I'm just getting started for round 2. Your eyes widened in disbelief. Okay, that was it. The Nami story was kind of short, yeah. Let me just say something. I want to add something. When it comes to reading these Wattpad stories, reading them out loud is a lot different than reading them in your head. Because reading them in your head, like, I giggle to myself. I look crazy as fuck. Like, I'm in the middle of my shift, and I, like, look at my phone, and I'll, like, read through a couple, and I'm giggling to myself. I look like I'm being possessed. But it's like, I be thinking, like, these people writing these stories, like, I want to know if they straight-faced writing this, or are they giggling to themselves? Because I don't feel like, okay, there was one story that made me feel tingly, and it's a story I'm currently reading right now. We're not going to get into that. That story's kind of hidden a little bit. But, like, I don't really get the tingly feeling when I read, like, stuff like this. I morally just laugh because I just think it's so fucking ridiculous. Because the words, the diction, all the terms is just, like, wow. Like, and then one thing about these Wattpad stories that I be reading that I noticed a common theme, at least with the Jujutsu Kaisen stories, is there's a lot of uses of the C word, the C-O-C-K word, the P word, P-U-S-S-Y. There's a lot of the walls, a lot of the baby girl, daddy thing. Ugh, I hate that. A lot of the, what else? They're also in these stories, they're very obsessed with, like, the man, whichever man in question, just, how can I say this without being disgusting? Finishing in the woman. Like, why is there no protection being used in these stories? That's what I'm wondering. Alright, when it comes to these stories, I get it, it's just a story, but it's like, no one ever uses protection. Like, all the stories I have read so far, none of the stories have been like, and he grabs a condom and puts it. No, like, they're bare in it. I'm talking first link up, they've known each other for literally 2 seconds, bare in it, and he just, and I'm just, like, confused, because I'm like, is this normal? I don't know. I'm a virgin, okay? I'm a 19-year-old virgin, okay? So, I don't really know if this is normal. I don't, well, judging with how the world's going, it probably is slowly starting to be normal. But it's like, is it normal that, like, people are not using protection? Is that why are we writing these stories based off of, because, like, they're just fictional characters, so it's just, like, whatever. But I'm just, like, I just noticed in all these stories, none of them use protection, and the man is always inside of her, like, and I just, like, no one thinks to pull out first. Like, does that not cross the mind of these stories, of the authors that write these stories? No. I haven't read a single story talking about protection or the guy pulling out. No, he always in her. I don't get it. I'm not complaining because, like I said, it's just a story at the end of the day. But that's just something I thought about, because I'm like, why are we not using protection? Why are we not protecting ourselves? You feel me? Yeah. I'm thinking about reading one more, but this video is already 38 minutes long. Yeah. And the Nami story wasn't too bad. And a lot of nipple sucking too. I forgot to say that. Yeah. Like, I can't take them seriously. I don't take them seriously. I read them for comedy because it's hilarious to just read some of this stuff, because it's just like, what in the hell? And, like, I get it in the stories, like, they gotta talk, like, you know, because, like, obviously when you're writing a story there has to be some dialogue, you know? So, like, when they're in the middle of the action and they're talking too much, I don't know, like, I'm actually envisioning them just talking. I'm like, I feel like we're talking too much and we're not really doing anything. You feel me? Like, is that normal though? Like, are y'all having full-blown conversations, or is it just noises? I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'll let y'all know maybe in a year. If not, never mind. But they talk a lot. I'm like, y'all talking too much. It's throwing me off. Like, I don't know. If I was in this scenario, in this situation, it would throw me off with the amount of talking you're doing. Like, I would just be like, be quiet. You know? And then it's always like this roughness. They like the roughness, especially when it comes to especially when it comes to, like, Toji or Sukuna. Like, they give them those rough, like, aggressive, I don't want to say that the D word again, but, you know, they give them those roles, the roles where it's like, very rough and hard. Like, I don't know. I mean, Sukuna makes, it makes sense with both of them, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. These stories got me feeling low-key, like, what is going on? Like, I can't. I think we're gonna call it a day, though. Just because video already long as hell, and I know low-key got therapy in a couple minutes. Low-key kind of hungry. So, I'm gonna end the video here. I love you guys. Thank you guys for 100 subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, these stories were very questionable. These are all under the one. These are not different stories. It's all in one story, but they got like different chapters for different freaking characters. I remember when I first read it, I was like, this is crazy, and I need to save this and make a video about it because this is hilarious. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you. I will see y'all in the next video, whenever that is. Bye.